My wife disappeared for 7 days and came back speaking a language that doesn't exist. I always thought missing persons cases were things that happened to other people, other families, other lives. Then I woke up on a Thursday and my wife wasn't beside me. No note, no text. Her phone was on the nightstand, still charging. Her keys were in the bowl by the door. Her shoes, all of them, were still in the closet. It was like she evaporated. The police did what police do. They filed reports, asked questions, searched the woods behind our house. Nothing. No signs of struggle, no unusual activity on her bank account, no enemies, no secrets. She was just gone. For 7 days I didn't sleep. I barely ate. I scrolled through her photos, reread our text messages, called her phone 100 times just to hear her voicemail greeting. On the 7th night, the doorbell rang at 3:12 a.m. I opened the door and she was standing there, barefoot, wearing clothes I didn't recognize, a white linen dress with stitching I had never seen before. Her hair was wet. Her eyes were clear but distant, like she was looking through me at something just behind my shoulder. She smiled and said something I didn't understand. The words were fluid, musical, full of sounds my brain couldn't categorize. I grabbed her, held her, sobbed into her shoulder. She stiffened, pulled back, and repeated the same strange phrase. That was the moment I realized something was very wrong. I thought maybe it was trauma, some kind of fugue state. I brought her inside, wrapped her in blankets, made tea. She watched me with polite curiosity, like a guest in an unfamiliar home. She picked up objects and turned them over in her hands. A coffee mug, a framed photo, the TV remote. Each time she examined something, her expression shifted from confusion to a kind of clinical detachment. She didn't recognize anything. Not our wedding portraits, not the dog, not me. I called a doctor, then a neurologist, then a psychiatrist. They ran every test imaginable. Brain scans, blood panels, psychological evaluations. Physically, she was my wife, down to the dental records. But neurologically, something had been rewritten. The language she spoke didn't match any known dialect. Linguists from 3 universities examined recordings of her speech. They identified patterns, a complex grammar, consistent syntax, but the vocabulary was entirely unrecognizable. It wasn't aphasia. It wasn't glossolalia. It wasn't any known language, dead or living. One researcher pulled me aside and said, "Your wife is speaking something that has never been spoken on this planet." I laughed. I thought she was joking. Then she played me a recording of deep space radio signals captured by an observatory in New Mexico. The patterns matched. My wife was speaking in frequencies that aligned with what some scientists call the cosmic background whisper, a series of unexplained radio emissions from a region near the constellation Cygnus. That night I sat across from her at the kitchen table. She was drawing something on a notepad. Not words. Diagrams. Complex geometric shapes that seemed to shift when I looked at them directly. She pushed the notepad toward me, pointed at one of the drawings, and said a single word I somehow understood. Remember.